Hey guys, it's Lauren with One Haven Maven, and today we're in my kitchen and we're baking some lavender oatmeal scones. They're the perfect summer breakfast recipe. You're gonna love them. My whole family enjoys them, even my kids, so stick around for the recipe. Hey guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I love to share recipes, parenting tips, and pretty much anything home related that would encourage or inspire women. So if that's you, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. And now let's get on to the recipe. All right, we're starting with our usual list of ingredients here. There's nothing super fancy about these scones other than the lavender, which kind of just takes them to the next level. So I started with 1 cup of flour, and then I added my sugar. These scones aren't super sweet, but I kind of like them like that because then you can add jam or honey butter or whatever your heart desires. They only take 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now for our baking powder. This recipe takes 2 teaspoons of baking powder, so not a lot, but just enough to make them nice and fluffy, just the way you want them. These scones are great for breakfast anytime, but they would make a really nice like Mother's Day breakfast or just a nice super summery kind of breakfast. The lavender reminds me of summer. Next, we're adding your salt. You just need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, not a lot of salt in these scones, just enough to bring out the flavor. And once you have that in there, you can give it a good stir. I like to use a fork because I feel like it kind of helps sift my flour a little bit if I'm being lazy, and it also just kind of helps everything mix together really well. And now we're going to add what makes these scones so amazing, and it's lavender. This is cooking lavender. I think I bought it on Amazon. To be honest, I've had it around for quite a while, like probably quite a few years, but it still has a lot of flavor and it doesn't really go bad because it's dried. So I just stir that in with the dry ingredients, and then we're gonna add the yumminess, which is our butter, which is what makes scones so incredibly delicious. I mean, really, let's be honest, any baked goods with butter are just better. So I like to take the butter and make sure that it's chilled. You don't want this to be really soft because then your scones are gonna spread too much. So I take it pretty much right out of the fridge and just sit it on the counter while I'm adding in my dry ingredients, and then I put it in the bowl, and using a pastry cutter, I blend it until it kind of looks like it's all blended through. It should kind of look like little peas, I guess, when you're done. That's how you know that you've mixed it through really well. And we're gonna add our eggs. There's 2 beaten eggs, and I got a little lazy, I guess, when I was making this, but I just put them in the bowl and then just use a fork and kind of whisk them in there before I mix them with the rest of my ingredients because it works just as well, to be honest. So give this a good stir until everything's all mixed in. Now we're gonna add our oats, and you're gonna want to add 1 cup of old-fashioned oats. You don't want to use quick oats because the texture just isn't quite the same and it doesn't hold the scones together quite as well. So these seriously have the best texture because of the oats. It just makes them super chewy and just, oh, they're so good. They're a little different than other scones you might have tried. And at this point, I'm realizing this is a little wetter than normal. I think it's because I used large, fresh chicken eggs and they were bigger than I normally use. So I added an extra 1/2 cup of flour to that, and I'm going to add that into the recipe in the description box below. This is kind of what it should look like when you're done. So not super sticky. You should be able to handle it with your hands without getting it all over. And now we're gonna roll it out. You don't really, I really just press it out. You can use a rolling pin if you want, but you just wanna press it out into about a 10-inch circle. And then you're gonna cut it into about 8 wedges. Once you have these all sliced up, you're gonna go ahead and put them on an ungreased cookie sheet. You don't need grease because you have so much butter in your scones. Kind of like when you make chocolate chip cookies, same thing, they just don't need it. So put them on there and bake them in a preheated oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. You can bake them a couple minutes longer if they're not done, but they should be just lightly golden. I wish you guys could smell my kitchen after these came out. The lavender is so lovely. It's just enough that you can taste it, but it's not overwhelming, and it would go great for breakfast or, you know, even for like an afternoon tea or something. My kids could not wait to polish these off when they came out. They weren't sad that there was leftovers, and I actually don't think they even ended up eating dinner. I think we had this instead. There you go. They're so simple, they're delicious, and they're ready in about 20 minutes, hot and piping on the table, ready for a little honey butter. I hope that you guys enjoy this recipe, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe down below to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you know the next time I post new videos. I post a new video each week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.